Hello and welcome back. Today's video is the Joe Bonamassa Fuzz face, and this is the mini fuzz face, and this has been out for some time but we're just checking it out. I'm going to be playing a Gibson Les Paul Studio, so humbucker pickups. Most of the time it will be on 10, but I'll say if we're not on 10. I'm using a Mogami cable here. It's a pretty short cable, and it's going through another Mogami patch lead into a Walrus Audio ACS1, which is giving me 3 amps, a Marshall which is green, a Vox which is blue, and a Fender which is red, going into the canvas stereo, and then that is going to go into the recorder. Here's the clean tone with the Fender treble pickup. That's with the Fender. This is the Marshall. Pretty clean. Vox. Now if I put this onto the rhythm pickup, you can hear the clean tone for all of these. So Vox, Fender, Marshall. So they're all fairly clean the way I've got them set up. I don't know whether this is going to particularly suit the fuzz face. It's not really set up as hot as someone like Joe Bonamassa would set his amps up. He'll have a lot more drive than that. Let's just try and find one that's a bit edgy. This is the Fender. Well, I'd say the Vox is the edgiest. He uses all sorts of amps, so let's just see what the volume is like, the volume difference. So it looks like that's maximum volume. I mean, I've got that a little bit further down the maximum, but it kind of looks like almost flat out is about unity. Okay, let's try it. Let's see what the range is. I'm going to go to the treble pickup. So that fuzz is on absolute minimum. Let's try a different amp. Fender. Marshall. Okay, well let's try it. So I don't know whether that's usual, but that seemed like there wasn't a lot of difference there. Let's just... a little bit of difference. It's just the way I've got my Marshall set up. So obviously the Vox is a bit edgier. But whether that suits a fuzz, if I put the tone down on 0, try volume on 8. Oh wow. So the really sensitive. That's 10. Really sensitive. So we're used to fuzz faces having cleanup. So 10, 8. It always depends on treble bleed and the rest. So. Okay, well let's try it now because that tone was on 0. Let's try it now with the tone on 10. So by the time it gets to about 9, it's very sensitive. Just edging the volume up. It's like Hard Day's Night. Okay, so I'm flat out again. So the Vox is making it sound very fizzy. Let's try the Fender. Lack of talent compared to Bonamassa. I'm going to go to the rhythm pickup. Absolutely flat out on both now. Well, I have to say that, I mean, I'm not normally a fuzz face user, but I'm quite surprised the way it's working really nicely with the Fender amp and the fuzz face. But no wonder he's probably worked on this to make it, I mean, I'm guessing, but he's probably worked on this to make it work with the Les Paul. Tone-wise, now there's a funny video where Bonamassa is demonstrating his rig and he stamps on the fuzz face and it's frying bacon. Now bear in mind, now I've just put that to the, I'm now on the treble pickup. Everything's flat out. I mean, that's not bad for a fuzz face. You'd expect some noise, so they've really made it quiet. that's a plus point there. I probably need to work on my Marshall patch a bit more, because that, I think I've got the... I think I have used the roll-offs on that, so I need to disable the roll-offs, I think, because that's very restricted. Try it without. Unless the fuzz face just doesn't like the Marshall setting. See, as you'd expect, an AC30 sounds a bit odd, so of the three, I prefer the fuzz face with the Fender, and that's just, maybe it's a quirk of the ACS1, because some pedals seem to work with certain settings, and it's usually the fizzier they are, the more choosy they are. So it's down to the kind of mid-range and treble response and the amount of bass response. So in this instance, yeah. But how little mid-range there is, but when you put in a patch like the AC30, which has got that sort of... It's quite chimey. Yeah, it doesn't... I mean, an AC30's got a lot of bites, so combine that with a fuzz face, maybe mess about with the volume pot a little bit. Yeah. So I could work with that. I mean, a Fender amp and the fuzz face. So that last bit of shrill happens just at the very end. So if you're a fan of that sort of fluffiness, that weird sort of fuzzy compressed sound that you get when you're maxed out, I mean, with this it's fairly quiet, so you can do it, but it's obviously a simple pedal, you know, but I think you will need the volume virtually maxed. I can't see any point in having it any lower than that. They're both on 10 now, so... Yeah. I'm on the rhythm pickup. But yeah, backing the volume off. So there's a bit of clean-up there. But very sensitive on the volume. So what do I think? Well, obviously it's been engineered by the genius himself, Joe Bonamassa, and obviously I don't have the chops of Mr. Bonamassa. I have to apologise for that in a very British way. But you can tell that it's got pedigree. It's clearly been worked on in some way, because I don't think any of the fuzz faces I've seen, I think they're very hit and miss. So I don't know what the consistency of these are, but obviously traditional fuzz faces, you could probably get 5 or 10 of them and they're said to be different. So I don't know how consistent these are. One would hope that they are very consistent. It certainly works with a Les Paul, and that's usually Bonamassa's instrument of choice, even though he plays, you know, you see him playing 335s and all sorts of guitars. You do see him playing Tellers and Strats. But I often see him playing Fuzzface and the Les Paul, but I'm sure that if you know otherwise. So I don't really feel inclined to demonstrate it with any of the other guitars. I think such is the sound with the Les Paul that it seems to suit it. Maybe that's how he voiced it. Anybody who has any knowledge of that, do let me know. But yeah, definitely usable for that thing. If you need a fuzz face and you want it to be singy and you want it to have some kind of breeding and it to have been worked on by an expert, then that's what you're paying the money for here. I haven't been paid to do this, so I bought this pedal with my own money. And I am a fan of Bonamassa. I do like his playing. But the news is that the pedal won't help you to play like him. You've got to put the hours in if you're that way inclined. And my hours go into classical rather than electric guitar, as you could tell by the way I play it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.